for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke Radio for the masses. Yeah, man. Good evening. How are you? Today's Thursday, June 11th, 2020. 163 days into the new year. Only 203 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California, and I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the Planet. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. The call-in number, 747-228-2051. Write it down. 747-228-2051. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black Questions. Fade to Black Questions. That's what goes in hashtag F2BQ. All right. Email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. Around here, hello to everybody. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We have two chat rooms open, one over at Spreaker, one over at KGRA, The Planet. You guys are going crazy over on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and posting away, so have a great time there. I hang out on TweetDeck. That's what I use, TweetDeck. TweetDeck. If you don't have TweetDeck, go and get it now. Just go and download TweetDeck and get it going. Get it going. It runs automatically. I don't use normal Twitter. I don't use normal Twitter for anything. No, on my phone. Normal Twitter on my phone. Yeah. Normal Twitter on my phone. Okay, let's see here. Why was I suggesting that? Because it's automatic. It's automatic. It runs like a slot machine. I always say that, but I don't have another way to, a way to suggest what is actually going on here. But you don't have to do anything. You don't have to click on notification. You don't have to click. No, you get your columns going. Whatever you want to do. I run 4 columns. I run myself. I run hashtag F2B. I run hashtag F2BQ. And I run Rita. So I've got those 4 columns there. Anytime anybody posts anything, blip, advances automatically. You don't have to do anything. You can follow the conversations. It's amazing. TweetDeck. Get TweetDeck. Now, when you get TweetDeck, you're going to go, well, what do I do here? Okay, well, just load it up. It's simple enough. It's going to be in your browser. And then just post your first tweet. Go, okay. And use hashtag F2BQ because I'll see it and so will everybody else, right? Hashtag F2BQ. Okay, I got TweetDeck. I'm here, Fadernight. What do I do next? That's all. And somebody's going to come to the rescue and get you all set up, and you will never. I mean, TweetDeck, the world of Twitter is just going to open up right in front of you. You're going to go, wow, really? Yeah, it's really that cool. Okay, TweetDeck. Get yourself TweetDeck. Email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. It's Thursday nights, Fadernights, open lines all night long. All right, let's pay the bills. Get some things out of the way. Visit GetTheT.com. GetTheT.com. Get your immune system where it needs to be. It's really that simple. Man, I just mentioned to Rita, this isn't anything, this is real. I just said to her, I said, man, those vinegar capsules are working. Something strange going on because I take a lot of, I don't want to say what I take. No, I will. I do, I take antacid a couple times a week, right? I haven't had to touch it. It's weird. Okay. Anyway, GetTheT.com. GetTheT.com. Head there right now. And I've got to check something out here. I'm watching these calls come in on the wrong computer. So I'm going to get something started here and make sure that that's running. Okay, let's get back to it. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv, Billy Carson's new internet TV network. I want you to go get registered. Click on the banners over at jimmychurchradio.com. When you go and get registered for Forbidden Knowledge, you're going to get 3 days free trial. 3 days free trial membership right there. Okay, so go and check it out. River Moon Coffee, the best coffee in the world. It's absolutely the best coffee in the world. rivermooncoffee.com and also their Amazon store. We have 2 banners over at jimmychurchradio.com where you can go. I want you to get the Fade to Black blend and the Game Changer blend. Well, all of their coffees are great. Okay, all of them are great. The promo codes, F2B blend and Jimmy RMC. Okay, there they are. You get your discounts at checkout. Let's get straight to the breaking news. Posted the video to this today. It's pretty incredible. An ancient megalodon shark tooth, as large as a human hand. It's humongous. Weighing in at almost a pound, was just found in South Carolina by Jessica Rhodes Standifer Owens. The tooth measured 5.75 inches and weighed 15.9 ounces. The giant gray tooth was just sticking out of the sand near the Stono River, and she got it all on videotape. You got to watch this video. It's nuts. The coastal area of South Carolina was once a seafloor, and the mud there is known for hosting teeth from ancient megalodons and attracting interest from tourists. Got to go watch it. You got to watch this video. 3.5 million years old. Yeah, just right there. Man, it's like this big. It's perfect, too. Perfect shark tooth. Every time I see a megalodon shark tooth, I just picture what was behind it. You know, imagine those giant teeth, right? Right in a row, smiling at you, but the shark that must have been attached to it. Man. All right. The Russian space agency Roscosmos confirmed that one of its defunct spacecraft orbiting Earth has broken apart. The agency noted that it is currently tracking fragments from the spacecraft. Now, listen to this. The spacecraft, known as Fregat SB, was used by Russia for the launch of a radio telescope back in 2011. Since then, it has been orbiting Earth as a massive piece of space junk. On Sunday, Roscosmos confirmed that the rocket had broken apart in space. Right? No explanation given. And according to the agency, the incident actually occurred back on May 8th. I want you to think about that date for a second. Roscosmos noted that the launch vehicle fragmented in a region of Earth's orbit that was over the Indian Ocean. Fregat SB's fragmentation was detected this past Saturday by the 18th Space Control Squadron of the United States, a unit within the United States Air Force who said that the launch vehicle broke apart into 65 pieces. 65 pieces. Did it hit something else? Was there a collision in space? Is there another? What happened? Was it shot? Was it blasted apart? How does that happen? It didn't enter the Earth's atmosphere. As a matter of fact, it's still up there orbiting the Earth. And they don't expect it to come down anytime soon. A rocket just got blasted into 65 pieces with no explanation given. Very interesting. It's going to be a great night on the phones tonight. Really looking forward to it. The Fadernauts, you guys know this is my favorite night of the week. It's going to be great. I'm going to set all of that up. I hope you did your homework that I gave you from last night. More on that in just a minute. I've got some breaking news for you. The StarWorks UFOs and Artificial Intelligence Conference in Laughlin, Nevada is going down November 5th through the 8th. All right, I want you to go to StarWorksUSA.com for tickets and info. We're going to have 2 nights of sky watches on Thursday the 5th, Friday the 6th. Okay? Fade to Black Skywatch. You know you want to be there. Okay, so come and hang out. James Fox is going to be there screening his new film, The Phenomenon. That was supposed to be in theaters. And I don't know if we've got theaters left in the United States of America. So he's going to be there with The Phenomenon. Alan Stivelman, Paul Hynek, Grant Cameron. It's going to be amazing. Sid Goldberg is going to be there as well. So come and hang out. 12 other amazing speakers and presenters. Also, the Disclosure Fest event here in Los Angeles, downtown at the historic Los Angeles Park, is now on my birthday, October 10th, 2020, which is a Saturday. So come and hang out with us. I want you to go to disclosurefest.org. The banners, links, everything you need is over at jimmychurchradio.com. Go and click tickets, info, get registered. And you know what? Donate to all of the great causes, all of the foundations that Disclosure Fest has got going on. All right, let's get the show cracking. Happy birthday to today, Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage, today, 51 years old. Hugh Laurie, today, 61. Now, before, House MD, Peter Dinklage, Game of Thrones, right? No. Hugh Laurie, Avenue 5. Joshua Jackson, today, 42 years old. And, okay, you know what? Did he star in anything after Fringe? He probably did. I just didn't see it. Drum God, Bernard Purdie, today, 81 years old. The Purdie Shuffle. ZZ Top, Stickman, Frank Beard, it's drummer day. Frank Beard today is 71 years old. Frontman Donnie Van Zant is 68 years old. 38 Special, Leonard Skinner. I love 38 Special, by the way. Everybody loves Leonard Skinner. But 38 Special, that was a good band. On this day in history, OTD, 1982. E.T., the extraterrestrial, is released by a then 34-year-old Steven Spielberg. Some say it all really happened and that the film is nonfiction. I watched an interview the other day, and I believe it was Spielberg's sister. And it doesn't matter what it was about, but she's talking about E.T., and she goes, well, it's my understanding that the scene where the closet gets open and E.T. is hiding, that really happened. Right? I was like, what did you just say? Let me rewind that. Let's rewind that back. Yeah, it was like 3 days ago. And today is the anniversary of that. There you go. Fader fact. All right, here you go. I did a lot of research on this today. I do a lot of work on my Fader facts. They just don't fall out of the sky like this one. The grandson of the last king of Italy and main claimant of the Italian throne owns a food truck in Los Angeles. That's right. Prince Emanuele Filiberto de Savoia, the grandson of Umberto II, the last reigning king of Italy, runs the Prince of Venice food truck in downtown Los Angeles. That's right. Don't get your hopes up. He's not serving food there, though. No. He's actually running the truck from his palace in Monte Carlo. And that is your Fader fact. All right. Did you do your homework? I gave you some homework to do. I wanted you, as I hit this River Moon Coffee, best coffee in the world, rivermooncoffee.com. Game Changer Blend, F2B Blend. That's your promo code. Did you do your homework last night? I want your stories. I want your memories tonight. The strange stuff. And this stuff has a way of happening and just getting filed away. All right? Now, right now, I'm looking around the bunker. I've got guitars, four walls of guitars. It's pretty cool, too, right? And they're all hanging. I want you to listen to this. Listen to this. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Can you hear that? That's a guitar strum. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can. But that's a guitar strum. So, in my little rant yesterday, I gave all of you the homework and the assignment to do. It's a very simple one. I wanted you to go back to your memory banks and try to remember something strange from your past that happened. And something that you probably never talked about. Right? Something that was virtually forgotten over the years. These little strange events happen all the time. But they just get put on the shelf, right? And they just disappear. So, after the show last night, I'm shutting down the bunker. I turned off the last computer, the computer monitors, silence, and I stood up to turn off the lights and walk out the door. I stood up. It's done. Everything's shut down, right? And I stand up right here. Stand up, standing next to my chair. My hand is on top of the back of the chair, and I just kind of stand up, look around. Right? And I'm getting ready to take a step forward, hit the light switch. When from behind me, I'm facing that direction. When from behind me, one of my guitars gets strummed. Just like that. And I spin around. Right? What? I spin around to check it out. I look at it, and there's 10 guitars on this wall right here. And by the time I spin around, it faded away. The strum like that lasts 2-3 seconds, 4 seconds. So by the time I'm like, which one of what? And I scan them all. I can't figure out where it came from. I'm looking down below it. I'm looking next to each guitar, and I don't see anything. I didn't hear anything. I don't know anything. Right? Strum has faded away. I can't really figure anything out. And I was like, whoa, okay. Now, this is the first time anything like this has ever happened. I've had stuff fall over and things, but that, right? I don't have to study anything to figure out. I don't have much to go on. I can't see anything. There's no objects, right? All of the guitars hang about 7 feet in the air. So, and there's nothing above them, right? There's nothing above them to fall. There's nothing there. There's nothing beside them. All of the guitar straps are there. You know, the guitar strap's not going to spin around and hit the strings. I don't know. There's nothing below them. There's nothing here, right? There's nothing to fall and strike the strings. There's nothing to the left. There's nothing to the right, except for another guitar. And it's just weird. And as I'm looking, I'm thinking about a few things. First thing, I look at all the guitar straps. I don't know how a guitar strap could move on its own, but they're all tucked away behind the guitars, so the guitars themselves are all displayed. None of the guitar straps, and I have the same guitar straps on every guitar. I have Fender guitar straps. I have a few stragglers, but they're all Fenders, and they're all tucked behind the guitars, so you can see the guitar. And I don't even know where I'm going with all of this, right? I literally looked at each one of them to see what could have strummed the strings. There's nothing. I looked below to see if something fell. Of course, there's nothing on the ground, anything. You know, everything is in its place. But here's the deal. I just turned around, I shut off the lights, and I walked out the door. Now it's officially forgotten. I was thinking about the great show that we had last night. I was also thinking about what we were going to eat for dinner. I wasn't thinking about the ghost that was strumming my guitars for me at the end of the show. I just left. I didn't tell Rita. There was no reason to. I didn't give it another thought. It was just filed away as another strange event. In fact, Rita is hearing about it right now for the first time. And so are you. There are these little events all the time. And that's what I'm talking about. We all have them. If it wasn't for this show tonight, I would have never mentioned it again or remembered it. Look, it's really simple. Let's say we're sitting around a table, dinner table, having dinner, drinks, eating, laughing, right, telling our stories. And I whip this story out, the strumming guitar. It would be the most boring tale of the night. It wouldn't shock or scare anyone. It wouldn't make you go, It wouldn't, but when you peel away the facts of the case, it's something that is absolutely impossible to have occurred. You see, in the two-dimensional reality that most of the world lives in, this would never happen. Or what I mean is, it does not happen. No, it does. Hear me out. The skeptical mind of the unawakened doesn't admit it. They would hear the strum and they'd walk away, their mind telling them that a mouse got into the room, climbed up the wall, was hopping from guitar to guitar, accidentally hitting all of the strings at once, jumped down to the floor, and was running away before you could turn and see it. And then you say to yourself, buy mousetraps tomorrow. Right? Now, these are the true facts of the case. I was standing in the middle of the bunker. I was 6 feet from any guitar. I'm in total silence when a guitar strummed all by itself. No noises before, no noises after. That's it, nothing more. Is it proof of something paranormal or supernatural? No, it's not. Is the bunker haunted? Maybe. Is it proof that the laws of physics can come into play, in that anything is possible and will eventually happen? Is it proof of that? Absolutely. You got to love Leonard Susskind, by the way. So tonight, I want to hear your stories, your experiences, the strange stuff you couldn't explain, both to yourself and to your friends and your family. Because I can't give you a better example than what happened here last night. It was strange. It was cool. I couldn't figure it out. I needed to get out of here. I needed to get the door shut. I needed to get home. I needed to eat dinner. I wanted to hang out with Rita. And that's what was all, that was on my mind. So by the time I got to the food, got to a movie on television, this was forgotten. I didn't tell Rita. And I would have never, ever repeated this story again if it wasn't for this show tonight. So let's do it. This is Fade to Black. Excuse me. I am your host, Jimmy Church. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I want to hear your stories. That's right. Did you do your homework? Let's have some fun tonight. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. On the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I will be right back with your phone calls right after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
OMG! People are jumping on board to the Life Change Tea Regiment. Brew, steep, and drink for a gentle, taste-great cleanse. It's changing how they feel. See what everybody's talking about. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Life Change Tea aids in digestive slowdown and helps people get moving down a healthy path. We won't make claims. We'll just let you decide. Experience is much better than a commercial anyway. If you want results, log on to getthetea.com and purchase your super strength cleansing tea. You won't be disappointed. And if you're looking for some mind-body suggestions, go to YouTube and punch in the search bar Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. Put power into your health now. So, getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com for super strength tea. And YouTube, Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now for valuable suggestions. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Matthew. You're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight, my favorite night of the week. I've given you your homework. That's right. Go back. Just go back. There are some strange things that happen in your life that you just chose to forget about. What are they? They happen all the time. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. And I'm going to continue to bring in the calls. They are coming in fast and furious. And I do want to hear from you. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. And it happened last night. I don't have anything else to give you except what happened and how it happened. I was just standing here in the studio. I just shut everything down. It's dead quiet in here. It's dead quiet. And as I turned, I was getting ready to take a step, and a guitar strummed from behind me. And it was, I don't even know how to put it into words. It just strummed. And you have to picture in here, you know, how high up these guitars are. You can see where I'm sitting, right? I'm pointing up at the guitars. They're hung high. I have equipment that is down below. And I'm guessing it was one, I don't know. It was one of these, and I don't have any explanation. I don't. I was standing over here. It was strange, but I didn't tell Rita. Things are going on, you know. I shut off the lights. I examined everything. Whatever. I went home. Boom. And lining up for the show tonight, I thought, hey, wait a minute. I gave everybody homework to do, and it's. What happened last night in the studio is exactly what I'm talking about right now. And that's what I want to hear from you. It was just strange. It's the universe reaching out. Right? Going, you got to tell this story because this is what you're referring to. So there you go. 747-228-2051. Let's get to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Ryan from Missouri.
Hey, Ryan from Missouri. You're first up tonight, man. Do you do your homework?
I did. I actually had forgot about something until my wife had reminded me about a incident that happened at my childhood home. This happened maybe about 10 years ago. My brother was going into the service. He was in Japan as a Marine.
Right.
And I was sitting on my couch watching TV, and how I was sitting, to the right of you, there was a hallway that went into the kitchen, so, you know, that you could see all the way through the house. And while I was sitting there, I just so happened to glance to my right, and I saw my brother in full, duck hunting gear with boots and jeans and a nice jacket that he used to wear. It was full, clear as day. My brother was standing right there. He had black eyes, though. They were completely nothing for his eyes. And this happened while he was in Japan. And the emotion that ran over me was like, holy crap, you know? And then I turned back around and it was gone, you know? I don't know if it was a ghost, an apparition, a spirit, whatever, you know, but my brother was in Japan at the time, and I'd asked him, you know, hey, are you okay? And yeah, he was fine. It just so happened to manifest there in front of me. Super weird.
Yeah, and that's a great story. And was it one of those things like I'm referring to where it just happened, you just file it away, and life moves on, right?
Yeah, until just a minute ago, my wife, I actually was going to call in about something else. My wife's like, hey, you should say this, you know, and as soon as I started thinking about it, my eyes started watering, you know, not from being afraid or anything, but it was just, I guess, the emotions that ran over me, you know, about want to make you cry, you know, for no reason. Super weird.
Wow, fantastic story, Ryan. Thank you for sharing that with us. And you know
problem,
what? I will tonight. You know what? I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to do this in real time. Best call of the night, and I've got Ryan here with his brother. I've got this. Let me write this down. Okay, so I have my notes. Okay, Ryan. Best call of the night. Best call of the night. I'll leave it up to the Fadernauts to vote on it. But autograph Fade to Black hat. How's that?
Awesome. That'd be amazing. I appreciate it, man. Go back with Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy, Ryan. All the best to you. And that's the way to kick this off tonight. That is a great call. Thank you, Ryan. And yeah, you know what? Best call of the night, autograph Fade to Black hat. Autographed. I'll personalize it too. Okay? All right? How's that? Let's keep this going. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. You are live. Okay, I'm going to put you on the back of the line. Okay, let's go to the next call. I'm just going to go in order here. Best call of the night, autograph Fade to Black hat. What's the story? Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
I'm right here.
Yes, you are. Who's calling?
Eric from Extreme Upstate New York.
Eric from Extreme. I can't write all that down, Eric. I'm just gonna go with
Yeah.
New York. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Did you do your homework?
Yes, I did, and that was astounding. And it came to me after I listened to you last night. I recalled when I was 7 years old, I had my first UFO experience.
What happened?
Well, every year since I was 2, I believe, my family took the entire family up to northern Wisconsin for summer vacation. And this particular year, my older brother was 18, my other sister was 17, and they stayed at home. So it was only 3 of us children and the parents. And I wandered down to the lake about 9 o'clock at night. I think it was June 12th, 1957. But don't do the math, because then you'll find out how old I am. Anyway, so I did that, and I looked at the lake, and there was a disc as wide as the lake. It must have been 200 feet on a side. Perfectly circular disc, of a phosphorescent color I could not describe. So I ran home, and my mom said, "Did you see a ghost?" And I said, "Nothing." I couldn't explain it. 5 years later, we went to California to visit my Cessna cousins and Johnson's. I'm sorry, I mentioned the surnames. And we slept in a room, and my cousin didn't want to go sleep without a nightlight. So my aunt put the nightlight in there, and that tickled my memory. It was the same color. It was I don't know, phosphorescent blue-green light. That's the only thing is that, oh my God, that's the same color as that. And I never told anybody about that before until you.
And anybody else mention anything about this, Eric?
No one saw it except me, and I never, until 20 years ago, I was afraid to go down to the same spot in the road.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
And I had something to say. I lived in a haunted house, and I understand what you're going through with your studio.
Yeah, I can't explain it, Eric. I really can't. I chalk it up to as being fun. Right, being fun. Now, if it happens again,
you're blessed.
Yeah.
You are blessed.
This is really cool. It's really cool. Eric, go Beckley Teppy, man, and enjoy your weekend.
You too.
Thank you so
See you
much.
later.
Absolutely. And another great call, Eric, 7-year-old UFO sighting at the age of 7 at the lake with his family. Very, very, very cool. Thank you for that, Eric. And like I said, best call of the night. I'll leave it up to the Fadernauts. We'll get an personal autographed Fade to Black hat. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Rhea. I'm just switching gears.
Right on, Marina. Did you do your homework?
Yes, I certainly did my homework. This is actually Rhea. I was actually on the phone a couple of weeks ago with Linda.
Oh, gotcha. Rhea.
Had experienced that when my head was flipped back, I was sort of taken over by something while watching the Antarctica video.
Yes.
And I'm super grateful to be talking to you again. My life is poignantly full of really hard-to-believe stories. And the one I want to share is about the first time I was remote-controlled.
The first time Rhea was remote-controlled. You've got my attention. You've got my attention. Okay, tell us about it.
Okay, so I was 4 years old. My father was a civilian in the Army Corps of Engineers, and we moved to Italy for a year, where he helped make a hospital for Italy.
Okay.
And we were in Pisa. And we were visiting Mount Vesuvius as part of our trip once we first got there. And I was there with my family. I'm the youngest of 3. We were young kids. We were 4, 6, and 7. And we went up to the top of Mount Vesuvius. I'm shaking. This is a really intense story for me. And just hanging out, there's like the place where they cook the eggs and everything. And, you know, it has like a sulfury kind of smell. But my brother was sitting next to, I guess, what would be called a vent. And he smelled this really stinky smell. And he said to himself, "Ooh, that smells really bad." And being a 4-year-old, I was like, "Oh, I want to smell the stinky smell, right?" So I stuck my nose into the vent and took a really big whiff. And all of a sudden, I heard someone else's voice in my head. And it was a male's voice. And my arm started to move. And I was doing like right angle movements with my arm, flipping my arm up and down, and voice came out of my mouth and said, oh my God, we're in, we're moving her arm, we got her, we're in."
What?
And my sister, who was sitting next to me, kind of looked over to me like, "Are you okay?" So I kind of take a little control back of my body because I don't want to look crazy, because all of a sudden I'm doing something crazy and I don't know what's happening to me. And there was like a rock there, so I like picked the rock up and I was trying to do something with my hands so, they couldn't do it. And there's this funny picture. Someone was about to take a family photo, and there's this hilarious picture where I've got this rock like all twisted up inside of my shirt, and my hands all like weird and twisted, and I just have this contorted look on my face, and, captured that moment right there. And
now,
that was the beginning of me becoming a psychic.
That's pretty incredible. And you said you were 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 years old. So it's not like you're going to, first off, understand what is going on. But second, go and talk to your family about it. Or, hey, I went over and took a whiff. And the next thing you know, something took over my body. You can't really communicate with that. So did you just keep it with yourself over the years?
I totally did. And what's really horrible is I had the worst year that year. It was like I was being attacked. I fell out of a 5-foot-high bunk bed twice. From a dead sleep, my parents put me back in that stupid bunk bed. And then I was in this ancient library, and I was walking down a cast iron spiral staircase, and I freaking fell through it. Like a light blinded me for a second, and my foot went through it, and I just pummeled down. And I was like, I had this year of stuff like that happening, and then at the end of it, the Easter, I had my first really psychic experience where I knew where the golden egg was that was hidden.
Right.
I just knew where it was, and so, had that experience. But from that point, I just knew inside of myself I was different, and I've always kind of, kept that inside.
Are you still falling down?
Honestly, it's part of my story. Now I'm going to start to go into channel a little bit. I don't mean to do that. I actually, you know me as Sophia Logos Principal, and this is Sophia. She's going spontaneous channel for you. I don't mean to take over your show there. So that's what it's like for me as a human being. Like, I have a lot of control over my channels, but I'm being taken on some kind of path, and I align myself with House Alliance. And I know things now that I didn't know before. And 2 years ago, I fell one more time to my death and had a near-death experience, which is another on a long list.
Well, you should call back. Yeah, call back on another Fadernight, and let's have a longer conversation.
I'd love that.
Thank you,
Blessings,
Rhea.
everybody. Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. Thank you so much, Rhea. And enjoy your weekend. And so Rhea is on the list. Remote control at Mount Vesuvius. Remote controlled at Mount Vesuvius. Yeah, going to give away an autographed Fade to Black hat tonight to the best call. Let's stay on the phones. And, yeah, they're jammed up, and I expected this tonight. Everybody did their homework. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
What are you doing there, buddy?
Hey, JT, how you doing? Did you do your homework?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
You want to hear something juicy, or you want to hear something simple?
I want the strange story that you kept to yourself.
Well,
JT, you got to be ready, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, I kept it to myself for a long time. I mean, how many listeners do we have out here?
Where? In Indianapolis?
No. Your Fadernight listeners.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Oh, man.
JT, let's go.
I got to pass, man. I can't do it right now.
Why?
I mean, had Bledsoe and Benji last week. Man, I'm not ready yet. I can't do it.
You need to just relax, huh?
Oh, man, it's tough. Tough.
JT. All right, man. Hey,
all right, I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
I want you guys to have a good night out there. We'll catch up next week or something, but I got to pass on this one.
You got it, JT. Give me the horn.
All right, buddy. Love you all, Fadernight. Number 624 to 26. Go Beckley Tepe.
There you go. JT's working. Thank you, JT, and thank you for all that you do. And, yeah, pretty interesting. JT's just like, it's just too much for me to share. And that's another part of this. And I've driven this home with everybody. It's sometimes it's tough to share. It is. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Christy. How are you?
Christy, turn me down in the background.
Got it.
Okay.
How's it going?
Did you do your homework?
I did.
Where are you calling?
I've been doing it my whole life.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the high desert, just above you there in Burbank.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So, first of all, do you have any relatives that used to play guitar that have passed?
Yeah, my grandfather. He was a guitar teacher.
That might be who was there with you last night.
Somebody pointed that out earlier. And, it was an email that just came in, and I had opened that up. And very interesting thought. It was a very interesting thought. My grandpa, Cal. So, yeah, possible.
Yeah.
All right, Christy, what's your story?
Well, I have about 1,000 of them. I'm trying to decide which one to tell you. But the night before last, we had a synchronicity with your show. I tuned in for the first time, really. And there was a kid in the chat room, and his last name was Skaggs. And he was talking about how he learned to play all these different instruments. The flute, the guitar, the piano. And he was like working on the oboe or something during the quarantine. I thought, how cool is that? And I told him, you keep that up, you're going to be like Boss Skaggs. And then that night, you know how you do the salute to everybody that's passed? You gave a shout-out to Boss Skaggs. And I thought, now there's a synchronicity. I need to pay attention. These are the things that, all of these things that we forget about often when times get tough, kind of like they are now.
Right.
These are the things that let us know that there's more beyond all of this, and that they carry us through when we start to lose faith and we think that, there's no purpose in all of this and there's no intelligence behind it or no love. These are the things that make you go, you can't explain it. And, I have a network that's devoted to this stuff, but I won't give it a shout-out now because I'm not here for that. But just a quick one, when I got really down and out, really down and out one time, I was crying for weeks, and all of a sudden something came over me. I got really relaxed to where I almost fell out of my chair. And all of a sudden I was like, who am I? What is this all about? Who am I? Why am I here? I thought I was following the right path and nothing's going right. What the hell is all this about? I really meant it. And all of a sudden, this calmness and relaxation came over me. And it said, you are the I am. And I was like, oh, my God, where did that come from? And from that day on, for about 3 days after that, everything was so beautiful. All of the colors, the sunsets, the sunrises. I had this really awful wallpaper in the room, and I just hated it. And all of a sudden, I could see the beauty in it and everything. And it was one of the many experiences I've had. And when times get tough, those are the things that we look on to sustain us through these tough times. And I developed a network to help people with this because I've had UFO encounters. I saw my mom's spirit after she died when I was 7. She came to me on the 3rd day, scared the living shit out of me. And I've had quite a few experiences in life, and I don't know what they all mean, but I do know that when times get tough, these are the things that carry me through. And I'm really glad you're doing this show because I really like your show because it encompasses all kinds of good things. And really, I just love everybody, and I really look forward to all of us finding the answers to these questions that we have. But know that you're loved. Somebody was playing that guitar and letting you know it's going to be okay, Jimmy. So God bless you for what you do and everybody here. And the suffering brings growth, and it makes us ask these questions. And so we're all growing a lot lately.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Christy. What part of the high desert are you in?
I'm in Apple Valley.
Oh, you're in Apple Valley. You're right up the road.
Yeah.
Right up the
not
road.
Too far.
Right up the road. Right up the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Apple Valley. Let's not mess around here. You guys got strange stuff going on in the skies day and night out there.
Every night.
Man. You guys, it's like
you gotta love it.
Yeah, it's a high definition movie theater, man. The skies. You guys have it going on.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to your Grapevine Skywatch. I think that sounds like a really good deal. Maybe we'll see you there.
Absolutely, Christy. Go Beckley Tepe and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.
All right, and you too. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too. Yeah, Apple Valley, right up the road here. That's that whole area. By the way, you've got the Mojave Desert. You have Edwards Air Force Base. You have Palmdale, Apple Valley. Continuing on to the I don't know what else to call it, the airplane graveyard that's out there. You have Virgin Galactic and all of the prototype and testing of stuff out there, all of the secrets. I talked about the hypersonic missile that crashed in the desert over the weekend. That happened right there. Apple Valley, man, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful part of the world. So I've given everybody their homework. I'm going to take a quick break. The call-in number, 747-228-2051. I want to hear your crazy stories. I want to hear the story that it happened, boom, you moved on, and you had to go back and remember it because I told you to. And what happened last night here in the studio, the strumming of a guitar, totally silent in here. And I've got soundproofing and things. And so when the gear gets shut down, this thing is airtight. It's quiet. And that thing just strummed all by itself. I can't explain it. It was cool. It was fun. I didn't see what caused it. So now I don't know. It's just a story, but it's a good one. And it really happened. So I'm going to take a break. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. If you're on hold, stay right there. I'll get to everybody. Best call of the night, I'm going to let you Fadernauts vote on it. Best call of the night gets a personal autograph Fade to Black hat. And you know that's tough to get. All right? All right. I'll be right back after this short break. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernauts, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Teppy.
Okay, nurse, let's get this man to the ER stat.
Right away, doctor.
We see this every day. Heart attack or angina pain due to blocked and clogged arteries. Chelation can remove obstructions or blockages from arteries and help avoid painful and expensive surgery. Now there's Angioprem. It's a liquid oral chelation product that you take with juice. You start to feel the results fast. Angioprem increases blood flow all over the body, and that means more energy and strength to take on the day with less aches and pains. 60 years of research has gone into chelation. and Angioprim is the result. A safe and easy way to unblock your veins and arteries from buildup that slow circulation.
Paging Dr. Jones. Please report to the emergency room right away.
Log on now to angioprim.com. That's ANGIOPRIM.com. Or to speak with a trained consultant, give Angioprim a call at 954-882-7221. That's 954-882-7221.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. Yes. We're also Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. And you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA The Planet. Tonight, I want to hear your stories. I want you to go back in your mind, pull the stuff off the shelf that you just don't share with anybody. Something strange happened. Something crazy went down. And then you just moved on. That's what I want to hear from you. The best call of the night, I'll leave it up to the Fadernauts to vote for this. But the best call of the night, personal autograph Fade to Black hat. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Yes, sir. This is Grant from Media, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Grant from Pennsylvania. How are you tonight? Do you do your homework?
I'm doing great. I'm actually 49 years old, but I'm just so pumped that I must sound younger than I really am.
You sound like you're
so pumped to be talking to you.
18 or 19 years old. That's what I'm guessing.
Yes. Well, that's how you make me feel, Jimmy, especially when I'm listening to you every morning on podcast at 2 times speed. It jacks me up when I'm doing my exercise every morning.
Right on, man.
I want you to know that.
Right on.
And hey, I got a good poltergeist story to share with you that ties into that.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I exercise every morning on my front porch listening to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And the morning, a couple of years ago, I was to go out, and I'm in an old house that has these doors that require like this old-timey key to lock. And that key was like all the way in the kitchen, 20 feet away. I come there one morning, and the lock isn't locked. And nobody had touched it before that, and it freaked us out. And ever since then, I taped up the door. I haven't had any problems, but that freaked me out. I've never had anything like that happen to me.
Yeah, right on.
Hey, it's not that great of a story, but I just wanted to call in to share my enthusiasm for you. And I'm all about the cosmic perspective. And you inspired me to get onto Wiki, Grant. Yes. My username is Grant on UniWiki, and you inspired me to start the catalog.
Oh, right on.
Cosmic perspective.
Oh, right on, Grant. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate the phone call. And keep the duct tape flowing, okay?
Hey, thanks so much, Jimmy, for taking my call, and go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. Grant from Pennsylvania. And he's right. Tape that thing. Rita and I, years ago, I've told the story a few times. I'll just do the short version of it. But we were in this old house, like 150-year-old house, and with these old locks, and the bedroom door, we're in bed, and I pushed it, you had to push it to shut it.
and latch it. That thing opened up by itself. And this is the crazy thing, though. It didn't just open up by itself. We heard it go click, and then it opened like 6-8 inches. And Rita and I are looking at each other like, what? And I'm not getting out of bed. I'm not going to go close that. It's going to stay just like that. It was pretty strange. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, totally. Calabunga, Jim, Ron from Chicago. Hey, there's something I wanted to ask you. I called you once before in regards to seeing a UFO. Actually, my mom first pointed it out to me because she saw, she didn't think it was a ship or anything. Neither did I. I didn't pay too much attention to it. But she brought that to my attention, and I called you in regards to the UFO and also a presence of an extraterrestrial, like a hologram, which I seen, which I talked to you regards about that. But, you know, my mom passed away about a year ago now of heart complications in the hospital. And about 3 weeks after that, you know, we have a pretty big home here. It's huge, and I own it. The one thing I just want to emphasize, I didn't know how to deal with it. I kind of read up on it, but it happened to me more than once, and this is what I want to emphasize, and I'm not trying to sound like a complete moron or an idiot or someone who's lost his marbles, but this did happen to me. When my mom passed away in 2019 at the hospital with you know, my sisters and I were there. About, I would say, 4 weeks after that, in the middle of the night, I was sleeping, and I heard her call my name. And it was like she was right there. And I heard her actually call my name, and I woke up. And I was a little bit peculiar. I was besides myself, and I thought, oh, my God, that's my mom's voice, you know, and I got up, and it woke me up. But I will say this, 2 weeks after that, my mom called my name, but I wasn't really sleeping. And that's the weirdest thing, Jim. I was kind of nodding off, but I wasn't fully asleep, but I heard her call my name. And I'm wondering, have you ever heard of anything like that?
Well, I hear stories about that all the time. I was waiting for something like that to happen after my mom passed, and it didn't. I'm still waiting for it. You know, I want to share the experience that so many other people talk about, but it never happened to me.
Well, the next question before I let you go, I want to tell you that when my mom saw this object, I want to go back to this UFO. She says, Ron, what is that thing? And I says, Mom, I don't know. It's a helicopter. I don't know. I was just cooking a barbecue. It was 9 o'clock at night. And I says, well, and all of a sudden it was like a big light. And then my mom went in the house. And then I just kind of went down the corridor, a path to look at it. And it actually kind of descended, and then the lights turned off. And I actually saw it, and I can tell you, I've never seen anything like this, and I've done so many research on it. I couldn't understand what it was. But I will tell you, then there was a flash on the site, and this is the honest God truth, Jim, and I don't care if you're listening audience or you believe me or not. I don't take drugs, and I don't drink alcohol or what have you. But this is what I don't understand. I saw a woman in midair, it was like looking in a living room. And the only thing I could say it was a hologram, but there was movement. And I will say this, we did make contact because she was smiling at me, and I didn't feel threatened. I didn't feel scared. I smiled back at her, and I even waved. And I was like, besides myself. And it wasn't just a split instant. This was quite a while. And then when I came back home, back to turn around, my mom said, Ron, where have you been for the last few hours? And I said, Mom, I only went down because you told me, and I saw. She goes, you've been gone for about 2.5 hours, and you left the grill running. I had to turn it off. And I says, well, I don't understand what's going on, and I never did. I couldn't, even to this day, I don't understand what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's I remember you telling me about this before.
But I know what she looks like, and I could tell you exactly how she looked. She did have, and this is the honest God truth, and I'm sorry I sound a little, talking real fast and everything, but I'm anxious. I just wanted to know what it was. But what I seen was she did have not real white hair. She didn't have makeup. She had blonde hair, and her hair was up, but it was the dress. And I seen her dress, and I'm telling you the honest God truth. I swear to God on my heart. It was almost like it was actually, and I went to the Art Institute to look, just to see if I could look at old pictures on the wall. And it is like a Roman dress, like how during the Roman days, the women had that garment. And that's exactly what she looked. Now, did she look like a ghost? No. Did she look religious? I don't know. But I will say this to you. Travis Walton, the gentleman you had on your program, he did say in that craft there were some that looked like humans. And the other gentleman that you had on your show was Mr. Blitz. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Chris Bledsoe. Yeah, it sounds similar to what Chris has described. Yeah.
And he said he saw a woman.
Yes.
And there was he doesn't know if it was a religious experience or what. But I will say this. It wasn't just a split of a moment. I would say maybe about 15 minutes. And we were looking at each other, and she was smiling at me, and I was smiling at her. But the thing that I'm interested in, when I came back, and I thought it was just maybe about 15, 20 minutes. When I came back, I came in, and my mom says, "Where have you been? You let the grill on. I had to go out there. I couldn't find you." And I said, "Mom, I just only went down there." She goes, "You've been gone for 2.5 hours." So that's the question that I don't know. I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
I honestly, I just don't remember anything. And I will say this. I'm glad you're on the radio program, because I'm one of those guys that work for the government, and I do have some questions, and if I ask those questions to the wrong individual person, even my sisters and my mom said, you'll ruin your career. So it's a pleasure and to have someone like you on the radio day in and day out and talk about our experience, because it did happen to me. And I want to say thank you very much for being on the radio.
Thank you, Ron. Give me a go Beckley Tepe and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Go Beckley Tepe. Hey, go Jimmy. You go Rita. You're great. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. And Ron's there. Ron's there. His mom's voice. Yeah. I never had the experience. I thought for sure if anybody was going to come back and go, yo, it would be my mom. It would be my mom. And it didn't happen. It did not happen. All right, let's see. I'm going to go with the longest on hold. There you go. Let's go here next. And let's see here. Did I do the right one? I think I did. Man, what's going on? Oh, come on, phones. Don't start messing with me. Okay. No. Okay. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Something's happening here. I'm getting poltergeist activity. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Nathan in Ohio.
Hi, Nathan in Ohio. How are you?
I'm doing good, Jimmy. I haven't called in a while. I listen regular, though. And
did you do your homework?
I have done my homework.
Good.
I have a weird one, and it has to do with my dog.
Okay, let's go. What is it, Nathan?
All right. Very frequently, my dog is either inside when he should be outside or outside when he should be inside. And I know that sounds like something you could mistake very easily, but when it happens enough times, and it is actually a disturbing thing when it happens.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I mean,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Nathan, just saying that, you don't even need to say anything else. Just saying that, you are on the list right there. Nathan and his dog. I do that frequently, and I can't explain it. I don't know when dogs sneak around. I have a general.
He has no way of doing it.
No. What I'm saying, totally, I get it. What I'm saying is,
yeah.
I have a 3D radar thing that I pretty much know where my dogs are all the time. You know, you see them out of the corner of your eye. You know, one's laying down over here. You know, one's over here. You know, one's there. One's under the bed. You know what's going on, and then all of a sudden, one of them's gone. You don't hear them leave the room. You know, it's like, what? We locked him in. What? You know, and I have to go around the house and open up doors. How did you get in there? You know, come on. You know, he or she's been locked in a room or a bedroom for hours. And it's just like, it happens all the time. I totally get it, Nathan. I totally get it. And I think this is a great phone call. Thank you so much, man. Enjoy your weekend, Nathan.
You too, Jimmy, and go Beckley Tappy.
Go Beckley Tappy. Nathan is absolutely right. Absolutely right. Does that happen to you? Your dog is outside, supposed to be inside. You let him in. The next thing you know, a couple hours go by, your dog is outside when your dog should be inside. And then it's supposed to be inside, dog is out. It happens all the time. Happens all the time. And I really love it when it goes down. And it's very interesting. Happens a lot. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, Mr. Church. This is the Bohemian Club calling. I'd like to confirm your invitation and accommodations for this weekend at Bohemian Grove.
Fantastic. Did you send the tickets in the mail?
We certainly did, sir.
Okay. Am I on the guest list? I didn't get the tickets, but if I show up with ID, is that good enough?
You know who this is. Come on.
I thought this was security from Bohemian Grove.
Well, I thought I was the assistant concierge.
Who's calling? Who is this?
The one and only Johnny Ricardo, my friend.
Hey, Johnny, what are you doing, brother? Everything good?
I'm doing okay, man. I'm alive. Haven't been kicked out on the street on my butt.
That, you know what? You're winning at life. That's all. There you go, man.
If you're still breathing, of course you are.
That's right. That's right.
If you're miserable, that's questionable.
But I was actually looking forward to the guest list at Bohemian Grove.
Well, they haven't hired me yet, but then again, I got to get over my little fear of them doing the background.
Yeah, I know, right?
Apply.
I know. Tell me you got the crazy story.
Crazy story. Oh, man, I called in just to ask a question.
Okay.
But,
all right, Johnny. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to put you down as Bohemian Grove, okay? And I'm not kidding. And we'll let the Fadernauts vote tonight because this is a great call.
It does sound like a scenario to look for a crazy story.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey.
Go Beckley Tappy. Go Beckley Tappy. Enjoy your weekend.
Hey, you too, man. Hey, one more thing, and this is my question.
Sure.
Are we to actually believe they canceled Bilderberg this year? I mean, it's that time of the year.
Yeah, I know. But you gotta, if you really think about it, Devos, right? Bohemian Grove, Bilderberg. Now I heard that. What are they going to do with the seven? That they were going to meet at Camp David, and then that might be it's like all of these secret things, right? Secret things with the elite. Have they actually been canceled, or do we just not know about it? And remember, Johnny, you bring up a great question, and the point is a simple one. They all have private jets. They're going into these crazy airports, and unless you are there or a part of it or have been tipped off, you don't know nothing, right? And if they wanted to go and have the meeting on their own, could they do it and the rest of the world doesn't know about it? It happens all the time. And if if they want to have it at some island,
They probably decided to, send out Jeffrey Epstein's Island in style.
I'll talk to you, Johnny. Have a great weekend.
You too, brother. Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. Johnny Ricardo checking in and catching me by surprise, letting me know that I'm on the Bohemian Grove guest list. Oh, man, that was just awesome. That was awesome. Okay, I'm playing. I saw the One Ringy Dingy, by the way, everybody posting that because that's what I have to do on Thursday night. And I really enjoy it. Okay? All right. Let's go here. Longest on hold is here. Let's see who's up next. Yeah, you're live.
Hi, Jimmy. It's Shauna from Austin, Texas.
Jonna?
How are you doing?
I am doing good. Donna or Jonna?
Ishana. Ishana from Austin.
Ishana from Austin.
Yeah.
So how is Austin? How is Austin? How is Guero's doing?
Well, I'm sheltered in, working at home.
Right.
So I really don't know what's going on out there.
Right.
Because I won't go out there. I just won't.
Well, Rita wants to look at houses in Austin. Should we move there?
Go right ahead.
Ishana, did you do your homework?
I did. I really did.
And what have you got? I really want to know.
This is weird. Okay? During lockdown, I attended an online auction on eBay to help those in need, from Salvation Army, because I love Salvation Army. So I decided to bid $15. I didn't even think I was going to win, to buy a pair of Japanese Hina dolls, which I love. The pair of dolls, they're cloth, they're very real looking. It's a samurai and a geisha girl.
Right.
She's on a little platform. They have a folding screen. They actually give me a bunch of stuff with these dolls. And I won. I didn't even think I was going to. I just had an email message saying, you won the bid. And I didn't even realize it was from Austin. It was from my own city. I did it on eBay.
Right.
I was just looking for Japanese dolls, And the geisha, I had this weird dream that she was crying, save us. And I was like, wow, that's weird. Okay. And 3 days later, because it was from Austin, they arrived in a gigantic box because they're big. I thought they were little, but no, they're big. And
how big are they?
They're like 20 inches tall.
Oh, that's not that big. I thought you were going to say they were 4.5 feet.
Barbie doll.
Oh, I got you. Well, 20 inches is... Yeah, 20 inches is pretty big. Sure.
It's pretty big, and I see that samurai turning in his head all the time. And it doesn't freak me out because I wanted to be Joshua P. Warren when I was younger, and I have all this paranormal investigator equipment. And my dad was born in West Virginia, and if you know anything about those coal mines and Kirkwood. I watched those episodes of Kirkwood.
Well, Ishana, we're going to be heading towards a break. So what happened with the geisha doll?
Happened.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I kept having this dream about the geisha before they got here. And when I pulled them out of the box, it was very tightly packed. She had a dead spider on her neck.
No.
With a spider web. And I pulled it off, and I cleaned the dolls, because I'm very much into art restoration and things like that.
Right.
And ever since, I've had this very peaceful vibration in my home, which has never had a peaceful vibration. I mean, I could sage this place till you couldn't see anything, and it would have this negative vibration here. And I've lived here 6 years, but ever since, even people have come over to my home who are family and have noticed that the vibration in my home has changed. But I kept having those dreams. She had a spider on her neck, and I took it off. And isn't that weird?
It is weird.
I don't know what to say.
No, that is weird. That is weird. That is a great story. And let me get that down. I'm going to put geisha spider. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, right on her neck. And nightmares about us. Or save us.
Oh, man. Ishana,
I've never told anybody that.
Enjoy your weekend. Give me a Gobekli Tepe.
Gobekli Tepe.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Ishana.
Have a great night.
You too. That is the perfect story right there. The geisha spider from Ishana in Austin, Texas. I am your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It's open lines all night long. Tonight, I want those stories that you didn't share with anybody. Something strange happened, and you just filed it away until tonight. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you want to be an official Fadernight? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernauts, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Tepe.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now. The Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA The Planet. Tonight, Thursday night, Fadernight, open lines all night long. Tonight, I gave everybody homework. I want your crazy stuff. I want the memories that you just didn't share with anybody. And I'm looking here, and let's get back. Uh-oh. Rita. Our phone system just shut down. No. Oh, no. No. Don't even tell me that every call just dropped. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Rita. Oh, no. Oh, no. 20 calls on hold. And, oh, no. Yep, it just happened right in front of me. That was nuts. Okay, I'm just bringing them in one at a time. I apologize to everybody. I just watched the, yeah, Rita, they're coming in. They're re-coming in. Oh, geez. I apologize to everybody. That's unfortunate. So give me a minute. I'm just going to reline. Wow. Okay. So I want your crazy stories, the ones that you filed away. I will give away an autographed Fade to Black hat tonight, personal autographed Fade to Black hat to the call that the Fadernauts are going to, we're going to put a poll out, and I want that from you guys. I apologize to everybody. There was literally 20 calls on hold. I'm bringing everything back in. I don't know if they're the same calls, and that part I don't know. I apologize. I watched it happen too. I watched the screen go blank. It went white. I have a black call screen, and it went white, and I went back to it, and it was completely blank. So with that, I am going to. Okay, I've got another 15 on hold. Okay, that's enough. Wow, that was unfortunate. And everybody that was on hold, I know you experienced something there. Okay, I've just brought stuff in. This is just totally random. Let's just go with it. Let's see what's happening. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Doug from Indy.
It's who?
Doug from Indy, Indianapolis.
Yeah, I know Indianapolis, Doug. How are you?
I'm great since I'm talking to you. You're like a counselor to all of us.
Right
if you
on.
was if you was in the Make-A-Wish Foundation, I would want you to be there at my bedside before I passed away.
Oh man, Doug, I appreciate that.
I'm telling you, I'm serious.
Okay, I'm being serious too. I'm being 100% serious. Hey, before we get to your crazy story, and I hope you did your homework. What part of Indy are you in? Northwest, east, south? What part?
I live in Mooresville, close to Plainfield and Avon.
Yep. West Side guy.
Yep.
Yeah, right on.
Yep.
All right, Doug. What's on your what crazy story do you have tonight?
Okay, so was you living in Indy in 1978?
I was not in Indy in 1978.
Well, did you ever hear about the blizzard we had in 1978?
I was down in Central America then. I came back to visit in the summer of 78, but I don't remember the blizzard.
Okay. Well, anyway, I was 8 years old. I was born in 1970, and this is kind of embarrassing for me, but I was 8 years old, and I still slept in the bed with my mom and dad in this little house we lived in Plainfield. And I remember waking up in the morning, but I couldn't move. I could move my eyes around. I could see around the room, but I couldn't move my body. But a few seconds later, I heard in the kitchen, I heard all the kitchen cabinets open and close and slamming. And I hear like little pitter patters, like slapping your hands against the kitchen floor. It sounded like there was 4 or 5 little feet running around in there. And it just that's always freaked me out. I've never talked to anybody about it till I heard your show last night. You wanted to do these crazy stories that you never told.
That's awesome. But that's just Plainfield in general. Yeah, I mean, come on, Doug. Man, that's a great. I know. Oh man, that's a great story. And I'm going to call this one Pitter Patter. That's
That's what I've always called it in my mind. That's a pitter patter story.
That's a pitter patter story right there.
But it's always freaked me out, and I've heard about people that can't. It's never happened to me before or after that, But just that one instant, and I know I wasn't dreaming because I can remember the color of the bedspread, the yellow fringe on the outside of it, and I'm trying to talk to my dad. Like I hear somebody, but I couldn't do anything. But my eyes were awake. I just see the ceiling. And I could hear things. But, yeah, that stuff's real.
Yeah, hopefully they left your Captain Crunch alone, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it was just weird. Everything didn't look the same when I did finally come to conscience. I didn't hear no more than I could move. And I remember waking up my dad, whoa, what did you hear? And I didn't hear nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Check. That's like if you think about it, Doug, that's not too far off than the opening scene in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, right? And that was Muncie. See, and that's right down the road.
Well, that's about the close to the same time era too. 78.
78.
Yeah.
Doug, enjoy your weekend, man. Give me a go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Tepley.
And thank you so much, Doug. I miss Indy, man. Buddy. I'll get out there soon. Thank you so much.
All right.
That is, if you think about it, that's very close to Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yeah. Right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Muncie, Indiana. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, it's Max, formerly of Iowa, now in Washington. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, Max. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I had the best day in a very long time. So crazy story. I'm going for that hat, man. Last time I lost the coffee cup because the phone hung up. So I got one for you here. I used to work up in Alaska on the fishing boats, and I had just worked my way out of the depths of the dungeon there doing production work. And it showed them you have a brain and they'll give you a good job up there. But the captain comes to me and says, all right, and it's like a 30-foot swells. We're going all the way from Dutch Harbor back to Seattle. And he's like, you're gonna grab the wheel here and you're gonna keep this heading. There's this little, like an old heading. It's like a brass clock on there. It's like, all right, here's your 360 degrees. Keep on that heading.
Right.
And this thing was like driving a car on ice, right? With this big old, like, you picture like the old pirate boat, the giant wheel as tall as you are. And he's going to go eat lunch, right? So I'm sitting there, and it's like driving on ice. And pretty soon, I'm like, what the hell was my heading? And I'm like, wow, I think it was something like this. So I sat there and spun this wheel for about 30 minutes, just, fighting the seas and everything like that. He comes back, and he's like, you're headed for a shipping lane. And I'm like, no way. I don't see any other boats on the horizon, anything like that. They had the first mate over there. He's watching the sonar and the radar, and he wasn't freaking out. I'm like, oh, they're just giving me like a little initial hazing or something like that for this new job I took.
Right.
Well, so I'm down there later, and it's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what's happening. They had this thing running on an automated. It's just like a little potentiometer to turn right or left to divert from your plotted course or whatever. It's probably the only time I've got on like a hazing like that before. I mean, I've been in the military, been through all kinds of stuff, but crazy seas. It was intense, and I bought that thing hook, line, and sinker. But that's my crazy story, man.
That's a true story, and that makes it crazier. Oh, yeah. Max, give me a Gobekli Tepe.
Gobekli Tepe, Jimmy, and keep rocking.
You too, man. Enjoy your weekend. Max makes the list for the boat heading. Boat heading. That's a good story. It's a good story right there. Let's stay on the phones. Let's go. Actually, let me pick up a couple. The phones are nuts tonight. Now, best call of the night. I'm going to leave it up to the Fadernauts to do this, okay? But the best call gets an personal autographed Fade to Black hat. All right, I've asked all of you to do your homework. Let's see who is up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black.
Hey, Jimmy, it's Nick in Chicago.
Hey,
it's an
Nick.
honor to talk to you, man. I love your show.
Thank you, Nick. What part of Chicago?
I live in a suburb called West Chicago.
You're in West Chicago. Okay. Everything good? Did you do your homework?
Yeah. Did my homework, and I've got two stories for you. All right, and they're both make them as quick as I can. The first story that I've got, it was over 3 nights. I was working a night job at the time, and I lived at the bottom of a hill, and I was going through my routine, coming home at night, and I'm getting to the top of the hill, and I see a basketball-sized orange orb floating right over my driveway, and I'm pulling right into it. And my eyes were glued to it. I pull right underneath this thing, and as soon as I throw it in park, the orb dropped to the passenger side of my car, eye level with me, and I was excited. I thought it was cool, so I jumped out of the car, and I was trying to check it out, and it took off into the sky and would just vanish. And the next night, I was coming home, and I was like, I wonder if I'll see anything, that was pretty weird the next night. I didn't think much of it, but I was just hoping something would happen, and there was nothing there. So I pull up right in front of the bush where I normally pull up after work, and smoke just starts shooting out of this bush, like gray smoke. And I got out, and I'm like, what is there, a fire? Like, what's going on? And it appeared like right when I got home. And I get out, and I don't smell burning or anything, and I just got the chills, like, walking into this thing. So I ran inside. It was creepy, So the next night, I get home from work, and I was going to meet up with my girlfriend at the time and her friend, and we were going to go out, and they met me at my house, and we're just sitting there talking. I'm telling them, I'm like, hey, the last couple nights, there's been some weird stuff, and we're just standing there talking about it. And before I could even finish, my girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife, we both are looking over her friend's shoulder, and there is just this cloud that is like darker than the moonlight, just like exploding, imploding, whipping around, creeping us out. And we just booked it into the house, like, over those 3 nights. I mean, that honestly happened. It was one of those stories, like you're saying, that, you know, no one would really believe, but at least my now she's my wife, we can now talk about it and laugh about it, and I know she saw something. So,
you know,
I mean, that was
you know,
crazy.
Nick, I'm going to say this. I don't have time to get to the second story. You don't need the second story. That's crazy town, man. That's crazy town.
Yeah.
You know, and just like my strumming guitar, you know, little incident from last night. If I pull up and I got an orb in the driveway and I'm by myself, and then something happens the next night and something happens the third night, and it's like that. I'm happy that your then girlfriend, now wife, and I'm glad you clarified that for everybody, is that you can't share that story with anybody. Who are you going to tell that story to? You can't.
Nobody.
You need to just file that thing away and save that for Fade to Black.
Absolutely. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Give my best to your wife, and you are down, my man, for the orange orb. That's a great story, Nick.
Thank you so much. Go back, Lee Tappy.
Go back, Lee Tappy. Right on. That, man, you know, all of these calls tonight have been absolutely tremendous calls. Nick, I want to thank you for that. That's, and remember, this is up to the Fadernauts tonight. This isn't up to me. This is up to the Fadernauts, but that's a good one. The orange orb in the driveway. And you can't share that with anybody. What are you going to do? You're going to go to work the next day and go, hey, so after work last night, I pull up in my driveway. Orange orb floats over to my passenger side of the car, and I get out, and I just want to say, yo, and it flies up into the sky. Wait, no. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Let's go back to the phones. Okay, be ready to go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Susie from Milwaukee.
Hi, Susie from Milwaukee. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You know what, Susie? So I've got all these calls from Chicago tonight. Now I've got Milwaukee, which counts as Chicago. You know, can you go out? From Milwaukee and see the Chicago skyline?
No.
Okay, I was imagining it. So there you go. Susie, did you do your homework?
I did, and I was debating between two and decided to share. One, when I was a child. I was 7 years old, and I grew up in the country. No houses all around, surrounded by fields, either soybean fields or cornfields.
Right.
And almost every day I would go up a hill and visit this large field stone that could never be moved away.
Mm-hmm.
And one particular time, I had 3 sisters. My 2 older sisters had to rake the front yard. And my younger sister and I, we had to pick up the leaf piles and put them in the wheelbarrow.
Right.
I was angry and upset that I couldn't rake. So I ran away, and I ran up to the rock. There, resting on the rock, was a rake with a broken handle, so it was perfectly for my height. So I took it, and I put it between my legs like a broomstick, and I ran back to the house, and then I raked. Hey, wait. So that's my story.
It's a great story, though. Nothing happened?
Well, I mean, I stayed there, and the energy felt kind of strange. You know, I knew. I mean, I go there all the time. Who could have left that? And so we blamed it on the good fairy. sometimes the good fairy leaves us things.
Those giant field stones, you know, where and do you ever wonder how they got there?
Yes, and well, there used to be a lake where the fields were too, because we would find shells.
Yes. But I some of them are really big, really heavy, and they're out of place. And you just kind of look and you go, how did that get here? Who moved it?
Yeah.
There
I agree.
Susie, give me a Gobekli Tepe.
Gobekli Tepe. Take it easy.
Thank you, Susie. Enjoy your weekend. And another great story. See, you're not going to share that story. You know, that's pretty cool right there. Thank you so much, Susie. Let me write that down. Fieldstone. I almost wrote rake as a witch, but because that's what I was picturing. Thank you for that. Let's see who is up next. Let's see. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
That's me.
Yes, it's you. Who's calling?
Hey, I'm Darren from Mississippi.
This is who from Mississippi?
Darren.
Hey, Darren. How are you tonight?
Hey, Jimmy Church. I'm doing great. How you doing, man?
It's Thursday night, Darren. It's Fadernight, and I've got you guys calling in with your homework. It doesn't get any better.
Yeah, Jimmy, the homework. I caught half of it. Is it about the weird things that happened to you?
Yep. Your best weird story.
Yeah, well, it's short, but it's about my dogs. Okay. I got a few of them here, and where I live at in this house, they had a girl that got killed inside the house.
Right.
Where I live at.
Right.
So my dogs, the other night, two of them, they were standing in the corner and just looking up in the air, like looking at the wall in the corner. You know, just staring there, man, freaking me out, you know. And I called them, they wouldn't come to me. They started, like, whining at the corner of the wall, just staring at it. And I wondered if they were seeing something, you know, that I couldn't see. That's the weirdest thing.
No, that ain't weird. That is cool. And
it's cool. Okay.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't it be, right?
I could see that point. Yeah. just trying to figure out what was going on. What were they staring at, man? I mean, it was nighttime. It was late. I was listening to you, in fact. It was a few days ago. A few nights ago.
Man.
Very strange, right?
Hey, first off, dogs can see things that you can't see. They can hear. They can smell things that you can't see. And when they are picking up on something, you need to understand that they're seeing something that you can't see. Now, what is it? Well, okay, you know, is it paranormal? Is it supernatural? Is it something else? There's, you know, picking up something, sensing something in the house or outside. I was watching a video the other day of a dog running around in the backyard barking at nothing at night.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
Yeah, chasing something around in the backyard. Now, it wasn't my dog, but what is the dog seeing? What's going on there? So, no, I think it's totally cool. I think it's awesome. Hey, Darren,
Yes.
Give me a Gobekli Tepe, Mississippi style.
Oh, man, wow, okay. Gobekli Tepe, Mississippi, baby.
That's what I'm talking about, Darren.
Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy, I'm a new Fadernight. I just signed up for it the other day.
Right on, man. And
and I've been listening to you for about 2 years now, and I finally signed up for it. I'm a part of the family now.
Yeah, right on. And welcome to the family. And do you have a hat and shirt coming your way?
Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
What's that, Jimmy?
I said, do you have a hat and shirt coming your way?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I'm going to order one.
There you go. Thank you so much, Darren. And seriously, enjoy your weekend.
It's a pleasure talking to you, brother.
Thank you so much, Darren. Hey, what part of Mississippi?
It's Picayune. It's like right off of. It's a few miles from Louisiana. Like 20 minutes from Louisiana state line.
Oh, you are in Mississippi. You didn't say that part. Yeah. Hey, Darren, enjoy your weekend, man. Enjoy your weekend.
All right, Jimmy. Thank you, bro. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, Darren. Thank you. And that part of Mississippi is real Mississippi. That's right. I mean, if you have north, south, east, and west Mississippi, and you have everything going down the Mississippi River and the places that are around there. But where he is at, that is really Mississippi. All right, 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. It is Thursday night. It is Fadernight, okay? I gave everybody their homework. I want your best story, the story that you never shared with anybody. Something totally strange. You put it on the shelf, and then you were forced by me to go back and remember it and go, man. That's right. That really happened. And the best call of the night, I'm going to give it to the Fadernauts. Best call of the night, a personalized autographed Fade to Black hat. With that, I am going to take a break right here. Phones are jammed up. I expected this. Okay, phones are jammed up. I'm going to take a quick break right here. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. Not just any Fader night. I want your best stuff. All right? I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA The Planet. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal God, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to GetTheT.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's GetTheT.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from Rivermoon. Just click on the Rivermoon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
So are you tired of being tired? Well, then it's time to get the tea. Hey, it's Lisa here to tell you about this all-natural, all-organic tea I've been drinking that has had great results for over 20 years. It's called Life Change Tea, and it's specially formulated to help detoxify and cleanse your kidneys, liver, colon, and blood all at once. The colon is one of the most ignored organs in the human body. The faster that waste is eliminated from the body, the less time that waste sits in our intestines, spreading toxins to our bloodstream. This tea helps cleanse chemicals caused by outside intruders from our entire digestive system. And get this, weight loss can be a side effect. And with continued use of the tea, you can experience clearer, healthier, younger looking skin, increased energy, and a happier outlook on life. So if you're tired of being tired, get the Life Change Tea at GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. And like me, you'll be glad you did.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of Fade to Black by just calling 605-562-4482. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Just call 605-562-4482. You can listen to me, Jimmy Church, on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Go Beckley Tappy.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight, 747-228-2051. I have a lot of calls on hold. Best call of the night, up to the Fadernauts, is going to get a personalized autographed Fade to Black hat. I want that story. I want that story from you, the one that you just put on the shelf and you never told anybody, but you're going to do it tonight live on the air. I've got a lot of calls on hold. So, let's get straight back to it, and I'm going to try to get everybody in. All right. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Nethead calling in from Washington, D.C., longtime listener.
Hey, Nethead. How are you, man?
Doing all right, Jimmy, and thank you for this. And it's 12 midnight here.
It's 12 midnight. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The witching hour.
Yes, it is the bewitching hour, Nethead. All right. So, did you do your homework?
Did the homework. It's kind of a two-part in one story. They both correlate together. The first time I purchased a house about 30 years ago, 1990. About a month after in the house, it was late at night. I'm sleeping, and I woke up, and I was hearing voices and people walking through the first floor of my house. That went on for a few minutes. Finally got the courage to get up out of bed and go down and see, and there was nobody there.
Second part of the story.
Second part. 13 years later, I bought another new house. Same circumstance, upstairs sleeping.
Right.
I'm hearing these men walk through my house downstairs, and a light turns on, and I'm wondering what's happening. And I go downstairs after a few minutes, and there's no one there. And the first house was a model house. So I suspect the people I heard were the leftover entities, if you will, of the people that had viewed the house as it was a model.
Ooh, okay.
So the second house was built in an area where during the Civil War, the people marched through this area to get to the battle called Bull Run.
Interesting. Interesting. And has it continued?
It did not. It just happened that one time on each of those homes, and it didn't happen again. It was a one-time occurrence, but it was kind of interesting that it happened both on new homes. I was the first person to live in both those homes.
Right.
And, yeah, it was just a very interesting story.
Yep, I'll never buy a house from you, Nethead. And see, this is the other thing. I got to give you props. I would have never gotten out of bed. I would have just let that go. I just let that go. Great stuff, though. You are straight in the running, Nethead. Thank you so much, my friend. Give me a Go Beckley Tappy.
Go Beckley Tappy, and a shout-out to all the Fadernights starting out back in 2014.
Yeah, you got that right. Been with this OG. Nethead, enjoy your weekend, man.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Nethead's been with us since the beginning. I haven't had a call from Nethead in probably 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, something like that. It's been a long time. Okay, I'm taking these calls in order, and like I said, I'm going to try to get everybody in. So let's go here next, and let's go. Let's go. I'm waiting. Oh man, come on. Don't even tell me. I'm looking at the timers. All of the timers have stopped. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to go back. Oh, don't even. It happened again. It friggin' just happened again. I can't believe this. I am just freaking out. No way. I lost the calls. I lost the calls. I apologize. Everybody that was just on hold. Everybody. And now I've got to go back and line this up. So I'm going to try to do this. Oh, man, I just feel horrible. Okay. All right. These are brand new calls coming in. This is Fade to Black, 747-228-2051. And I can explain that. And I know I feel bad. There's nothing I can do. It's done it twice now tonight where I've got 15 or 20 calls lined up. And then it goes from black to white. And everything that is there is missing. So with that, I apologize. There's nothing I can do. Okay, 747-228-2051. I ask everybody to do their homework tonight and call in with your best story. And the winner of tonight, determined by the Fadernauts, will get a personally autographed Fade to Black hat. So let me see here. Let's go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, is this Jimmy?
Yes.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. Who's this?
This is Matt from Rhode Island.
Matt from Rhode Island. Did you do your homework?
Yes, sir. I did.
What's your story?
So, probably about 4 years ago, I was stationed out in Western Mass, out in the mountains. And my wife and I, it was late, it was probably like midnight, maybe a little before. We had 2 dogs, and we brought them out to go to the bathroom out by the driveway. And we had them out there. Both of them started going crazy. They started barking, and then they just started, like, running around in circles. But they stayed in one general area. So I'm looking at my wife. I'm like, what's going on with them? And she goes, turn around. And I turn around, and I'm looking down at the ground. I don't see anything. She goes, no, look up. I look up. There's this, I don't know how, I can never, to this day, explain the color blue. It was kind of like a neon fluorescent blue. And it was like this big ball in the sky. And we're like right in between the mountains, so we're in the valley, and it's just going straight across the treetop level, absolutely no sound whatsoever. My wife was so freaked out, she dropped the dog leash and ran inside, like screaming, and I just sat out there and watched it till it went away.
And your dog saw it first?
Yeah, they went crazy. But the weird thing is, even the night before, the bedroom window looked out towards the big field in between the mountains. My wife woke me up the night before, and she said, I just saw the craziest thing. I said, what? She said, I just saw a big light in the field, and she said, this is how she explained it. It, like, sucked into one tiny little ball, and then it was gone.
Wow. You guys...
It was wild.
Yeah, it's wild and cool at the same time. That's and again, you don't tell anybody about that, do you? You don't go and talk to your neighbors and go, "Hey, man, check this out. My dog's last night."
I think I've probably told about 3 people.
Right.
And that's about it.
That's it. That's all you can do. And thank you for sharing that with us tonight, Matt. And you're in the running, man. I'm calling this the dogs and the ball in the sky.
I appreciate it, man. I listen to you every night at work, and keep doing what you do, man. You're awesome.
Thank you, Matt. Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe, brother.
That's what I'm talking about. And to have your wife, right, look out the window and see something like that in the field, that's pretty cool. You know, and I've just got to say, there's something going on there. There's something going on with that property. And do you think the dogs saw it, or do you think the dogs felt it? You know what I mean? It sounds like the dogs felt it and knew something was going on. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm taking your calls tonight. I want the story that you didn't share with anybody. Every day something strange goes on. Last night, here in the bunker, somebody strummed one of my guitars here in the bunker last night. And I did not tell Rita. I didn't tell her. I went on. I shut the studio down. We got pizzas. I was excited about food last night and just moved on. The only reason that that story got shared and remembered was because of this show tonight. And that's what we are doing. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Jimmy.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, sorry, a little bit of an audio glitch, which we've had a couple tonight, obviously.
Yes, who's calling?
Michael from Point Doom. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Michael, what's your strange story? Did you do your homework?
Absolutely, and this is the best one I could come up with because I have so many.
Right.
Boy, this is kind of a painful one, but anyways, it fits the subject matter. Had a really, really great friend. Probably he'd light up the room, and anywhere he went, he was just a ball of energy, smart guy, loving guy, part of a family in Malibu that they had some rather wealthy people adopted 3 kids, none of them of which were theirs biologically. His name was Hugh, to anyone that's listening that remembers Hugh Barton. And one night, me, his brother, and my girlfriend of 7 years at the time were supposed to meet at the old, remember the Topanga Corral?
I do.
Yeah. So we went up there to watch a gig. It was pretty cool.
Man, that's in the middle of nowhere too. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's in the middle of the canyon.
Yep.
It was a bitchin' little place, kind of like the old restaurant at the end of Malibu West. There was where they'd have live performers all the time, and people would just drop in out of nowhere. But the Red Hots were playing there under a guy's name, and I got privy to it because my cousin was the lead singer of PSOL. And so we were supposed to meet Hugh up there, and we got there a little bit later for some reason. And as we pulled up with his brother, myself, and my girlfriend, we looked over, and there was Hugh getting into his Willys Jeep, parked on the downhill side, or going towards south down the canyon back towards PCH. And I jumped out of the car, and I'm waving to him, hey, wait, don't leave yet. And he just kind of looked at me with this really eerie, majestic, categorizable look, and just waved goodbye. And so we're like, okay, whatever. We wanted to go see the gig, so we went inside. And when we left, we came down Topanga and made the right on PCH to go back towards Malibu and Point Doom. And we saw all these lights of Highway Patrol and Malibu Sheriffs, and eventually, a coroner wagon. And we noticed that the truck that was overturned and the roof collapsed it's a one-of-a-kind Willys that was used truck. And what scared the crap out of me is that it was the coroner, not the ambulance. So we went back to, the police wouldn't talk to us. They just said, go home, go back to your house. We went to his house, and there were already higher-ups in the Malibu Sheriff's Department, a lot of which were our friends back in the day when they were really, really cool people. And they were saying that he had raced some car and didn't see a van that was parked over the fog line. So he hit it and went up on the mountain and came down, and the roll bar decapitated him.
Wow.
And it was so freaking heavy, bro. I mean, of all, you talk about not taking his prettiest flowers first. Hugh was, love you, Hugh. He was a great guy, just a wonderful guy. So here's where it gets interesting. His brother, Andy, was beside himself, and we just left the family and went back. We had a trailer on our friend's property in Point Doom. And my girlfriend and I of 7 years, she was a true Malibubian, Amanda Rucker. And we went into the trailer and went to sleep. We were both awoken by the whole trailer on the inside was glowing like green, like a glow stick. And we're both, I mean, sure, we had a few cocktails, but nothing that would make us so inebriated that we wouldn't have known what we saw. We looked up above us, above our bed, and it was like the torso area, and Hugh smiling, saying that, Amanda and Michael, I want you to know that you're true friends. I loved you so much. You're the best friends anyone could ever have. And Amanda is just freaking out. I mean, I was a little bit sketched out, but I was more into like the message and his presence. And I mean, you got to question yourself. But it went on for about a minute and a half. And Amanda was so freaked out, I think that he didn't want to show up again. I said, she was saying, no, go away. And I go, no, don't go away. Let me, you're good. I'm good. We're all good. And that was that. Several years later, I moved to Chatsworth, California, and rented a room and had a new girlfriend. And on the other side of the room, the whole room lit up again, glowing green, and it was Hugh again. And he goes, how you doing, bro? I just want you to know that you have nothing to be afraid of in dying. Everything's fine, and I didn't suffer a painful death. Everything is good up on this side. And this girl just freaked out and left, and I never saw her again because I handled it so naturally. But
wow, so yeah, that's it's
Twice,
tragic.
bro, you can't deny.
Yeah. Of course, that part. It's tragic and sad and very cool at the same time.
Yeah, it was very. You know what? I take it, bro.
Yeah.
I believe me. You know what? That's cool that you say that, Jim, because it wasn't so much tragic as it was cool. I hate to say that.
I know.
But it was.
I'm picking up on that vibe.
Bro?
So, Michael, I'm calling this Hughes Willies. There you go.
And one thing I wanted to tell you about your mom.
Yeah.
My mom lit up the room too. She was a high roller in Vegas. Just grew up very difficult in an Italian family where everybody lived together because we were poor, and that all changed when she started working for Teledyne and Northrop Grumman, which is a whole other story. The stuff I used to see over the dinner table, you wouldn't believe. There was a day real quickly when I was living in Laguna Niguel where, man, I'm just sitting on the couch. Everything is totally normal. My son is sitting over in the easy chair. And I get this undeniable request start taking pictures over here. And I'm shooting pictures in my son's direction towards the curtains, but I'm not taking pictures of him. I'm shooting way over his head and just taking pictures. Now, I don't know, but it prompted me several times, so I finally just said, okay, whatever, I'll do it. Do you know when I expanded those pictures, it was like a montage of my mother's faces? And look, bro, the curtains are all monotone. You can't, it's not a pattern of flecks through the fabric or anything like that. And I've showed the picture to my biggest skeptic friend on the earth that's an engineer that doesn't believe anything. And I go, tell me what you see in this picture, Chris. And he goes, oh, that's your mom's face. And then it's your mom's face over there. And I took a picture of her driver's license, California driver's license, to show him and anyone that I asked. Look at here's the glasses, here's the face, here's the normal blouse she wore, and it was undeniable. So what I'm saying to you is that maybe you don't think that she's reached out to you, but I bet you she has, Jimmy, because I know how you are, and I know what I get from when you say, if anyone was going to come on the other side, it would be your mom. Well, sometimes we get it, and it ain't a big freaking banner that says, here I am.
Right.
Sometimes you got to look. You know what I mean?
I do. And I've got a Willys Jeep. Have a great...
Well, I didn't know. You know what, bro? I didn't know that. And it's such a specialized vehicle. And you know what's even weirder? Yesterday on one of my deliveries, and it's so weird how this tied in. I didn't even think of this.
Yeah.
Yesterday I stopped by one of the shops in Orange County to make a parts delivery. And there was this bitchin', I don't even know if I've ever seen it before. It was a huge Willys Jeep, almost like a military vehicle, but it wasn't. Maybe it was changed, but it has the Willys green, that Willys green paint.
Yep.
And the huge, these springs were bigger than any springs I've ever seen on a Willys before. And I just was talking to one of the Mexican guys that we just have a great relationship there, and he goes, I go, can I sit in it? And here we are. Dude, I didn't even make that connection till right now, I swear to God.
Mike, enjoy your weekend, man. Give me a go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy, Jimmy. You rock, and thanks for being there for everybody that has something weird to tell that they can't tell everybody else.
Thank you,
and
Mike.
Hi, Rita.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks, Jim.
That's a great story. Hughes, Willys Jeep. Yeah, I've got a Willys. I do have a Willys Jeep. Let's keep the calls coming in. Here we go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, my name's Ruben. I'm in San Jose, California. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, Ruben. And really quick, I want to know if you did your homework.
Yes, I did. I don't know if this pertains to exactly what you're talking about. It's nothing that happened in my childhood, but it's something that happened 9 years ago.
Yep. What was it? What was it?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said, what was it, Ruben? What happened 9 years ago?
My wife and I had brought my father home, 96 years old. We had brought him home to care for him. We lived in an apartment complex. We lived upstairs. Now, these apartment complexes were identical top and bottom. We had my father living with us for a year until he passed away. After he passed away, we had one family move out and another family move in, and they had kids. Well, a couple weeks went by, and the room that my father was in, that family, their kids who lived under us were in the same room, identical rooms up and down. Well, several weeks went by, and my wife and I would sit back at night, and we would hear their parents yelling at the kids, "Get to bed. Time to go to sleep. Get to bed." And my wife and I would laugh because it would remind us of when we had our younger kids. Well, one night we got together with the parents downstairs. We went out and had pizza and beer. We were getting to talking. I can't remember exactly how the topic came up regarding the kids, but we were laughing. We were talking about how it reminded us when our kids were were when they were younger. Anyways, it came to a point where they said the reason why their kids were giggling was because a silly man from upstairs would stick his face through the roof and make faces at them.
Oh, hello.
So they would, yeah, exactly, right? So they would giggle, and the parents would be laughing, and in turn, we'd hear it. But we didn't know that was going on. So it was actually my father who passed away in our apartment, peeking through the roof, looking at the kids, making faces at them. Now, when they told us that, I had chills went up and down my arm. My wife started crying, and they gave us a weird look, and they were like, what's wrong? And I said, my father passed away in our apartment just a few months ago. And they were like, no way, really?
Did they move out?
Well, no, no, they stayed there. But this is another strange part of the story. That night when we came home, my wife and I, we walked in, and my wife looked at me, she goes, you really think it was Dad? And I said, it has to be. There's nothing else. She goes, so you think he's still here? And I said, he's probably still here. Maybe he feels like he has to protect us. Now, this is what got me and made me fall to my knees. When I said, Dad, if you're still here, which I think you are, we're good, we're okay. It's time for you to go and move on. And at that point, I'm not lying, Jimmy, I swear, I'm not lying. I felt like a cold breeze go through my body. It literally made me fall to my knees.
Wow.
And I started crying. And I believe that was my father saying goodbye.
And that was it. He never made faces at the kids anymore.
No, we never heard anything again after that. And then several months later, they moved out.
Ruben, go Beckley Tepe, man. Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe, brother. Have a good night, Jimmy.
That's a great story. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, thank you for letting me share it. I've been wanting to share it, man. It's been irking at me for 9 years.
That's what I'm talking about, and that's what we needed tonight, Ruben. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too, my brother.
That's a perfect story right there. Dad's face in the ceiling, making faces at the kids. That is just awesome. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. I got one segment left. 747-228-2051. I want your stories. I want those stories, just like Ruben's right there, that you didn't share with anybody. All right? Winner, as determined by the Fadernauts, will get an autographed, personally autographed Fade to Black hat. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Tepe.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app. Free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm yours, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. I'm not going to give out the phone number anymore. Nope, not going to do it because I've got a ton of calls on hold, and I will try to get everybody in. Best call of the night, picked by the Fadernauts, is going to get a personalized autographed Fade to Black hat. I've given you the homework. I'm taking your calls. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, it's Paul from Cloudy Grants Pass.
How are you, Paul?
Boy, did I do my homework.
Yeah, all right. What do you got tonight, Paul?
Well, when I was a baby, we lived out in Griffin Creek, which was a new subdivision outside of Medford. My mother saw a mink trying to climb my high chair in the house.
No.
Truth. Okay, that's what she said. Now, at this point, of course, nobody knew anything about cover memories or anything along those lines. So that was the first piece of this thing.
Wait. Did you say mint?
Mink.
A mink.
Mink. Like a weasel.
Like a weasel. I thought you meant like a breath mint. Which would have been just as cool. It would have been just as cool. Okay, so a mink trying to crawl up the high chair. Okay, and second part,
all through his childhood, my little brother, who shall remain nameless, stuffed rocks up his nose.
Okay.
True story. Third piece, I experienced missing time several times and have no idea what happened. The most profound one, I was working at the Shakespearean Festival at the time, and my colleagues said that I turned white as a sheet and walked off, and nobody knew where I was until the start of the next day, and I missed a complete loadout of a show. Almost got fired for it.
Well, that happens. That happens.
No clue.
That happens every day at the Shakespeare Festival.
Yeah.
We all know about the Shakespeare Festival in Ashland and what goes on there. Is there any connection, Paul, with the mink crawling up the chair, your brother stuffing rocks in his nose, and you disappearing at the Shakespeare Festival?
Yes, I think so. I think that the mink was a cover memory,
right,
for somebody paying me a visit. I think they also paid my middle brother a visit, and they put something up his nose.
Right.
And he was acting out for a long time. And then the missing time, that was me as an adult in my breeding age. And it wasn't the only time, but it's the time that comes to mind that I couldn't account for a whole bunch of time without drugs or alcohol.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think they were all connected.
Yeah, there's no drugs or alcohol at the Shakespeare Festival in Ashland. Doesn't happen.
No. We actually ran one of our perfect shows drunk on our keisters.
Yeah, I've been there for that festival, and it is it's a little slice of America. Love it. Hey, Paul, go Beckley Tappy.
Go Beckley Tepe, brother. At some time, I'm not going to do it now, but I want to talk about Del Bigtree. The two things you guys missed were campaign finance and the fox guarding the hen house in the bureaucracy.
Absolutely. We'll talk about that on the next show. Thank you so much, Paul, and have a great weekend.
Take care.
And, that's pretty interesting. If you think about it and you go in order there, right? You go in order. I'm going to have to go here next. And I've got too many calls on hold. So, Paul, you're in the running. Shakespeare Festival up in Ashland. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Jackson in Van Nuys, California.
Jackson in Van Nuys, California. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Now, Jackson, if you're really in Van Nuys, give me your cross streets.
I am at Sherman Way and Hazeltine.
Sherman Way and Hazeltine. And Sherman Way and Hazeltine on that corner is, testing my memory, that's Van Nuys Airport. I am so good. I am so good. And wait a minute. What's the I'm trying to think of the 50s diner walk up where you get the great shakes.
Is that Norm's?
Not Norm's. It's a 24-hour burger stand.
I don't know it.
But there you go. But so you're right there by Van Nuys Airport. So
yeah, a couple blocks away.
Yeah, everything. Well, everything is next to Van Nuys Airport, right there. So Jackson, what's on your mind tonight? What are you going to do for the hat?
All right. Well, I got a story from when I was in high school in Oklahoma.
Go.
So I was dating this girl who claimed that she was a little bit psychic. I'm a very empathetic and spiritual person, so I'm able to really read a room, feel kind of like people's energies and things like that.
Right.
We were cuddling at my house one day, and she wouldn't stop glancing over to the dark kitchen. Now, I'm admittedly kind of used to feeling eyes on me constantly. The presence itself changes, but this presence wasn't that great. I was trying to ignore it, watching whatever movie we were watching, but then she paused and was like, "So do you know that a man died here?" And I was like, "No."
No.
And she was like, "Okay," and just pushed play, and we finished the movie, and she left. I was still unnerved. It was only like 8 o'clock at night, so I decided to meditate. Went to my room, and I get comfortable, and not even 5 minutes in, trying to get into my zone, my 2 cats just start going off. They're crying, meowing. My door is cracked because they never liked it closed, and they're running in and out of my room and all this stuff. I'm trying to keep my eyes closed and meditating. I should also mention I was home alone after she left. The next thing that happened was I feel a hand grab my hair, pull me out of my bed, and slam my face towards the ground. They missed, and it hit my nightstand. Now, I was just trying to feel better after the weird movie thing that was going on. And I get up, I check my mirror, I have a busted lip, my cats are still crying. I come out of my room, they're completely quiet. I go, I clean up, and I go and comfort them. There was no sign of break-in. My mom at the time was still 3 hours away before she could get home from work. And I was super freaked out.
Yeah, of course.
Because
so what
I've never had any... Go ahead.
Yeah, so you think, you think it was the ghost of the old guy?
That's the only thing I could really think of. Since I still had a couple hours after, before she came home, I decided to sage and salt the perimeter of the house inside and out.
I know you did.
I saged myself.
Right.
And whenever I heard the garage door open, I ran straight out to my mom. She saw that my lip was busted, and she was like, "What was going on?" I told her everything that happened, and I told her, "You're not going in there until I sage you as well." And that's pretty much it. I've always felt a presence around me, but that was the most intense experience I've ever had.
And let me just say, your mom is really cool if she lets you sage her after a story like that. There you go.
She got me into the spiritualism, ghosts, and aliens.
That's what I'm talking about. Jackson, give me a Go Beckley Teppy, man.
Go Beckley Teppy.
Good stuff. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Take care, Jimmy.
Right on. And I got nothing after that one, Jackson. Good job. And like I said, personally autographed hat, courtesy of the Fadernights, to the winner tonight. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Yeah, good day, Jimmy. It's Mitch from Perth, Western Australia. How you going?
Hey, Mitch from Perth, Western Australia. How are you tonight?
Yeah, good, man. You're going to have to ban me. This is the second week in a row I've called.
Yeah, actually. So,
yeah, and
did you do your homework?
Yes, I did. I actually, it's weird, I totally forgot about this until you said this, and I was like, wow, that's actually a really big thing. I can't believe I forgot about it. So basically, I was driving along the highway, and I was probably about 20 at the time, and I had my girlfriend at the time in the car with me, and I started feeling really, really sick, and I had to pull over, and I was just leaning on my steering wheel, and I was like, oh, I don't feel too good. And she's like, what's wrong? What do you feel like? And the words that came out of my mouth, I don't know why I said this. Well, I do know why. I said, I feel like death. But looking back, it's weird. How do I know what death feels like? I've never died. But those were the words that came out of my mouth. I was like, I just feel like death. It's death. And then, literally 5 minutes later, my mum calls and she's like, oh, Pop's just passed away. And I'm just like, no, what? Okay. It's the weirdest feeling, hey? Yeah. So, it must have been, as soon as he passed away that I got that feeling. It's just weird that I associated that feeling with death. I wouldn't have known what that felt like. It's so strange.
Yeah, see, and Mitch, your story is exactly what I'm talking about here. In that it happened, right? It was quick. It happened to you. Only you know it. That kind of memory, that definitely just gets put on the shelf, right? You just let that one go. And I want to thank you for remembering it, pulling it back out, and sharing with us tonight. And that's incredible, man. That's incredible. When you hear other people tell that story, and share something like that, the people out there, the skeptics, and I've got to run, and I know you're calling from Perth. I've got all these calls on hold. I want to get everybody in before the end of the show.
Can you run more quickly?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 calls on hold, and I've got 10 minutes. but Mitch, what I'm saying is, that is something that when you hear other people tell the story, your experience, and you're going to listen to them. So thank you for that. And do me a favor, Mitch. Call me next Thursday, and whatever you were about to share it with me next week. All right?
No worries, man. And the moon came out finally. Remember I was saying I couldn't find the moon? It came out.
Good. Go Beckley Tep. Go Beckley Teppy, Mitch. Thank you so much, my friend.
Cheers, man. Take it easy.
Right on. Mitch from Perth. Pops. That's pretty amazing right there. That's pretty amazing. Thank you so much for that, Mitch. And let's keep it going. I'm going to try to get everybody in. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Skater Lisa.
Hi, Skater Lisa. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Did you do your homework?
I did. Actually, I'm going to put on the Twitter feed, the F2B Twitter feed, a couple pictures I took that go with the story.
Okay.
But it was, I think, last year, and I was walking my dog in the neighborhood at night, and there was a full moon, and the full moon you could see in the first picture on the left is, I think it's right, the center is the full moon, and the top picture, I'm sorry, I thought they were sideways, but they're not sideways. The left picture, the center is the full moon. I took that at the bottom of the hill. And then I walked up the hill, and I took a picture of the moon again, which is still in the center of the photograph, and it looked smaller. And it looked the same way, to the naked eye as well. When I went to the bottom of the hill, I double-checked it. I went back down to the bottom of the hill. It looked bigger from the bottom of the hill than it did when I got to the top of the hill, and I don't understand how that works. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you got a UFO in the second picture, too. What is going on there? You see the little, what's the disc above the hill?
Hold on, let me see. In the second picture?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea what that is.
Lisa, that's better than, forget about the moon. You've got a picture of a frigging flying saucer. I thought that's what this story was about.
No, I hadn't seen that. Thank you. I didn't see that. Wow.
That's a crazy shot.
Oh, my gosh. That's so wild. I saved these pictures because I thought the whole effect I was having with the moon was weird.
Yeah. No, the moon stuff is interesting. But whatever.
Yeah.
You got a UFO right there, right on top of the mountain. Look at that.
Wow. That's really cool. Oh, my God, I'm so glad I shared this with you.
Yeah,
otherwise
absolutely.
I would have never known that was there.
I'm going to call. You know what? I'm just going to go with a UFO. It's your moon story, but it's my UFO story.
Yes, Jimmy's UFO.
We will talk about this for the rest of our lives, Skater Lisa. And I can't wait to see Twitter light up here. And Twitter's going to go, what are you talking about, Lisa? Forget the moon. Lisa, enjoy the rest of your night. Go Beckley Teppy and have a great weekend.
Go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley. Skater Lisa. Thank you, Lisa.
Give my best to Rita.
She's listening. Thank you.
Okay. Good night.
Skater Lisa missed the UFO in her own picture. Somebody explain to me how that happens. That's all I'm going to say. That is amazing. I'm liking it right now. That is a friggin' UFO. Yeah, exactly. Mark Trana just circled it. And let's see. I am going to go here next. I'm going to try to get everybody in. I got 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. I'm doing my best, everybody. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Carrie Sudmeyer from Palm Desert, California. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Terry. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Thank you.
Did you do your homework?
I did. So, okay, I'm just going to jump straight to it. So, it's July 4th, 1979, Los Angeles, Culver City to be exact. I'm at my best friend's house. We had just shot off all the, home fireworks, our last Piccolo Pete.
Right.
And there's about like 15 of us, mostly adults, a few kids. I'm 9, going on 10. One of the adults looks up in the sky and sees this bright white light. And we all think, oh, no, it's a star, it's a plane, it's a this, it's that. Nope. It's just sitting there. And then it kind of moves to the left and then sits there. No sound, no nothing. And it's a big, round, bright light, kind of bigger than a star, bigger than like a commercial, like a Cessna, that kind of a light. It's bigger, brighter, rounder, more uniform. So we're all watching it. And it's moving around side to side a little bit. And then it stops. And then it starts shooting out orange orbs or orangish red bright lights, like 6 or 7 times. Shoots out these little orange lights that like spin around and turn around and dance around and then kind of disappear. I don't know if they flew away or if they blinked off or cloaked out. I don't know. So we're all like, whoa, look at this. And we're just staring up in amazement. And then all of a sudden, the bright light, the mothership, starts moving in these like geometrical positions, like moves to left, to the right, doing all these like geometric like movements. Then it sits perfectly still for like 3-5 minutes, I don't know, and then it shoots straight up into the sky like in warp speed and disappears.
That is a pretty amazing sighting.
Yeah.
That's a game changer. That's a game changer.
Yeah. My best friend's mom called the police and the news.
Did anybody else see it? I mean, was it on the news? No. I mean, was it on the news? Did the police come out and take a report?
They took one over the phone. It was 4th of July. Maybe they were busy. I've gone onto MUFON, and somebody else has actually reported this on MUFON the same night, the same area in Los Angeles, described it almost exactly the way I described it.
Incredible.
So I have seen.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, you're in the running. Terry, thank you so much. I'm calling this the July 4th Culver City UFO.
I love it. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Great.
Go Beckley Tepe.
You too. Go Beckley Tepe.
Right on. What a great night. Now listen, before I get off the air tonight with all of you, I'm leaving this up to the Fadernauts. Okay, so let's go down all the calls in order. I need you guys to put a vote to this. Okay? All right? We have Ryan from Missouri with his brother that was shipped off to Japan, appeared in the living room. We have Eric from way upstate New York. He was 7 years old, saw the UFO by the beach. We have Rhea, and who was taken over at Mount Vesuvius by remote control. We have Christy in with the if you remember, she was from the high desert, Boz Skaggs, right? Christy out in the high desert. We have Grant from Pennsylvania. And, I didn't take notes. Grant from Pennsylvania. I don't remember. I didn't take notes on his story. I must have been captivated. We have Ron in Chicago with his mom's voice after she passed away. We have Nathan in Ohio. His dog. In the house, out of the house, never where he is supposed to be. Johnny Ricardo, Bohemian Grove. Not really a story, but a great phone call. Ishana in Austin, Texas, with the geisha dolls with the spider. Great story. Doug in Indy, the pitter pat, right? He's sleeping with his parents, and the pitter pat, the feet downstairs in the kitchen, and the cabinets closing and opening down in the kitchen. Max called in the boat heading. That's right. He was up in Alaska working on a boat and called in with the boat heading. Nick from Chicago, the orange orb in the driveway. 3 nights in a row. Orange orb. Second night, flaming bush. Third night, cloud in the sky with his then girlfriend, now wife. And then Susie in Milwaukee, the fieldstone, raking leaves. And took the rake and flew home like a witch. Darren in Mississippi, the dog staring in the corner at his home. There you go. Darren in Mississippi. Nethead called in from Washington, D.C., and 2 houses that he bought, both new, both had footsteps going on downstairs. Matt in Rhode Island, the dogs out in the yard, walking the dogs, the ball in the sky. That was pretty good. Wife dropped the leash and ran in the house. Michael from Point Doom, Hughes Willie's Jeep, and of course his friend said goodbye and crashed and died that night. Ruben in San Jose, his dad's face in the ceiling, making faces at his new neighbor's kids. Great story right there. Paul in Oregon, the Shakespeare Festival. That's all I got. Paul, that was a great phone call. 3 events. And Jackson calling right here from Van Nuys, California. He got the busted lip right after his meditation. Something grabbed his hair and smacked him into his nightstand. And then Mitch called in all the way from Perth, Australia, had the vibe about death, and then found out a short time later that his pops had died. And then, of course, Skater Lisa up in San Francisco posted her pictures of her small moon and didn't notice the UFO. And the last call of the night was Terry calling from the desert, but it was July 4th in 1979, the Culver City UFO mothership and the small scout craft. So that's it. I need all of you Fadernauts to vote and let me know, and then we will announce the winner on Monday on Fade to Black. What a great night tonight on the show. I want to thank everybody that called in, and somebody is going to get a personally autographed Fade to Black hat. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Go Beckley Tepe, everybody. Great night on the show. I had so much fun. And remember, I wanted your personal experiences, right? And then last night, after I make the announcement, I get the guitar strum. Freaked me out, man. Fade to Black's executive producers Rita Camarion. Show is produced by Hill J. Palm, Renee Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitoa, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and syndication is KGRA, The Planet. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2020 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I want everybody to have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend. Until Monday, go Beckley Tepe.